Hi, welcome back to All is Fair in Toys, Pop Culture, and Movies. You know what, guys? Has anybody ever laid awake at night wondering what their favorite Luke Skywalker look is, his outfits throughout the original trilogy? Um, I've been looking at my Black Series and I've been wondering, which one's my favorite? Let's rank them. There's 11 that I pulled out. They're the fundamental outfits. There are some variations on those, which we'll discuss. But I think there's really 11. Feel free to disagree with me. I don't want to discuss the Bacta tank or the medical robe that he had. We're sticking with the original trilogy. Um, and this isn't necessarily like a figure review. I might mention some things about the figures, but this is mainly just about the aesthetic of his look and how it fit into the storyline in the movie. So let's start at number 11, and this is Luke Skywalker in Yavin outfit. And I love all of the outfits, but these all have to go somewhere. And I feel like this one was sort of an unfulfilled promise. That's why this is number 11. He finally gets his almost like a Han Solo jacket, but it's yellow, and he gets his gun and holster. If you notice in the farm boy outfit, he doesn't have his sidearm, but it's really just more of a ceremonial outfit at this point in the movie. You kind of feel like they're setting it up for future adventures, which when I was younger, my imagination popped and I thought, oh, he's going to wear this and do something else cool. But he never really did that. So that's why he's number 11. I still like the look, but when I look at it, I think strictly the ceremony where he's getting the medal and doesn't do much beyond that. So that is number 11. Number 10 is the Luke Skywalker training outfit. And this one is more about his fatigues turning into like his workout attire. And doing his training, he gets sweaty and dirty, and it's just sort of like, yeah, okay, it's cool. But it's not higher on the list because it's just sort of plain. It's a little bit bland. And it's more, it's not his call to action uniform. It's more like go over there and practice and, we'll see how you do. So that's why that's number 10. Let's go to number 9. I think this was a Target exclusive I got on clearance, which I never took the tag off, which is kind of funny. But this is Luke Skywalker Stormtrooper disguise. Every great myth, I feel like, needs a Trojan horse element to it. Love the scenes where him and Han sneak into the detention block. Love the trash compactor scenes. It's ranked as number 9 because I just kind of feel like, the Stormtrooper, it's not really his known outfit. It's a disguise, and you really only see his head. And a Stormtrooper is a Stormtrooper. It's a great look. I love the Stormtroopers. But for Luke Skywalker, I would say this is not what he's known for, and so that's why it's a little bit lower on the list. This next one was a little tough for me because I do really love the Hoth stuff. So this is him in the Hoth uniform, and but it's kind of a short-lived scene. I wouldn't say it's necessarily bland, but when you compare it to like Han Solo's, which is a little more unique, and his a little bit more closely resembling the rebel soldiers in Echo Base. I've heard that there's on somewhere I heard that some people use the rebel trooper in lieu of a Luke back in like 1980 or 81, because I think he was like one of the last in the line in the original vintage figures to come out. So if he's that interchangeable, I gotta set him a little bit higher at number 8. This is probably going to be the most controversial one. Bringing in at number 7, I've got Luke Skywalker in his what are they calling this? His Jedi outfit, it looks like. So the reason why, and I love this outfit, but it took me forever, as when I first saw the movie in '83, to realize this wasn't the same outfit that he comes into Jabba's palace with, looking all kick butt. And so it didn't really stick out to me, I guess, for a long time until I finally realized, no, that's a totally different outfit than what he had coming into Jabba's palace. And that outfit we're going to talk about a little bit more in detail as we go through these rankings, probably a couple times. But yeah, it's a great outfit. The sleek black, and you've got the single glove, that kind of Michael Jackson look, which was big in the 80s. But it just doesn't rank higher on the list. And I know this is probably going to be one of the most controversial ones because I know this is a lot of people's favorite. Number 6 is Luke Skywalker in his X-Wing pilot outfit. This one is ranked sort of in the middle because it's a great look. It's iconic. And they did a really great job with all the the chest plate and the padding and just the color pops. But it is a pilot, and all the pilots wore this, so I wouldn't say it's a signature Luke look, but it's still a great look. And now we're going into the top 5. And for number 5, even though, and I'll explain why this one ranks a little bit higher, this is his Hoth outfit for the snow speeders. And the reason why I think this ranks a little bit higher than the original X-Wing is because you get to see some a little bit more action where he gets out of the snow speeder. He takes down an AT-AT by himself. He lands on Dagobah, faces off against the that swamp monster that eats R2. So at that point his helmet's off, his gloves are off, so there's a little bit more change up, and he kind of in a weird way makes it his own. Like it's sort of it is just a standard rebel pilot outfit, but he really does in Empire Strikes Back, I feel, make it his own. So now we're in the top 4, and for this is ranked at number 4, and this is Luke in his indoor outfit. And the reason why this ranks so high is because you can still tell, right? He's got the Jedi outfit on underneath. And I remember thinking as a kid at the beginning of Return of the Jedi, he comes in, he's totally changed. He's totally like in that dark outfit, and he's like, he means business. And there was a part, it was subconscious looking back, but he needed to get a little bit softened up to make him more relatable again. And I feel like these fatigues did that. But you can tell, like, if he needs to be a Jedi, he's got his Jedi outfit, right underneath there. And you can also tell with the helmet, which I think was, because he got on the speeder bike, was for kids. Hey, kids, if you're going on your bicycle, make sure to wear your helmet. But the fact that he has the helmet means, at least to me, that signal, oh, he's going to do something that's going to, be pretty big stunts. So that is why he ranks in at number 4. So, okay, we're at the top 3. Let me move these over just a bit. And you can see that, these are, there's a few missing. So we're going to, I hope, cover those. The ones that you're kind of thinking here. So this is number 3. I would bring this in as number 3. So this is a newer figure in the Black Series line. I picked up not too long ago. This is the new Luke Farm Boy outfit, or his Tatooine outfit. And there's a few variations with this. We're just kind of talking about the fundamental look, though. I know sometimes he has his sun hat or his poncho. He had the Stormtrooper belt at one point. But what's great about this, and first time around, the original Star Wars movie, Lucas really nailed something with the kind of the peasant pants, the martial arts top, so it works as both, hey, I'm on a desert planet, I got to wear loose, cool fitting clothes. But also, since there's that martial arts aesthetic that goes a little bit into, like, gives echoes of Seven Samurai, that you can really believe that he can use the same outfit to fight stormtroopers in that he can as a moisture farmer. Let's go to number 2. Ranking this high. I think this makes a lot of people's list. This is the Luke in Bespin fatigues, as I believe it was called back in the Kenner days. And I was thinking long and hard about this. That was one of my favorite Lukes as a kid. But, you know, looking at it now, I'm like, it's a little bland. Why does it work so well? I think it's just, you know, that sturdy outfit. He's finally got the holster. He's got the lightsaber and the blaster. It just feels like he means business. I know it's more of like a Rebel Fleet Trooper kind of outfit. He could be like one of the maintenance crew people, but at the same time, you know, he's got all those pockets and cargo pants and boots that look like they're also from Hoth, which is kind of interesting. But it just looks like, you know, he's like ready to get dirty, I guess. It's almost like a Ghostbusters uniform in a way. He's just ready to take on whatever he needs to take on and get his hands dirty. So the number 1 figure, and we'll see how many of you agree with me out there, but I would say that number 1 would be the Luke Jedi Knight outfit from the very opening of Return of the Jedi, with the hood, with the, you know, covering the black, sleek outfit. I would say that it almost looks like a black top, so reversed from the white in the New Hope. And I just feel like there was something about when he enters and he's got that mindset of like, okay, I've trained enough. I can take on whatever I need to take on. He had that confidence. He walked into Jabba's palace like a boss. And it was just an awesome moment. This is the one that I wanted most as a kid. It just, to me, it just sums up his entire story arc. And going forward, I believe this is what they also used in Mandalorian, where he's still wearing this. So that was a promise kept, that this outfit was so cool that he needed to continue wearing it into the future. So that's it, guys. Super curious how you would rank all of the Lukes. I'm also super curious if I missed anything. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Like, subscribe, all that. And thank you very much for watching.